So welcome ladies and gentlemen, here today with the first bit of information regarding PES 2017. Now this was leaked yesterday by Konami. It wasn't an official announcement by them. Basically giving you sort of the fundamentals of the game. What's going to be changing and what they're looking to improve this year. So what I'm going to be doing in this video, obviously discussing each point individually, giving you my thoughts, having a look at some screenshots, sort of comparing them a little bit to PES 2016, seeing if there's any improvements. As much as they are screenshots and you can't say too much about them, we can still get a little bit of flavour as to what they are going to be offering. So this was all the stuff they mentioned. We're going to head over now to Photoshop because it's a lot easier for me to discuss and show you guys it a little bit, better. So the first thing we're going to be talking about, real touch. And this is what they're saying. They're saying, see how different players control the ball in unique and different ways based on where and how you control them, dictating the flow of the game based on how they react to the unpredictable movement of the ball. So, that's sort of talking about the physics. They're saying that the unpredictability of the ball means hopefully they have worked on some real physics and it looks the part. I think FIFA last year obviously had better physics when it came to shooting and passing and the way the ball spins and reacts. So, Konami working on that is a plus. It's something that I think you need to work on every year. But it's good to see. The way they say how different players control the ball in unique and different ways and how they control it sounds like obviously the better players are going to control it better. It's always been the thing of PES anyway, so it's not a massive new feature, but they're just tweaking it. So let's have a look at precise pass, combining real touch and real ball physics. Passing is an art form in PES 2017, so there we have it. They're talking about the physics themselves and this so-called real touch. Many factors determine the speed and accuracy of the ball. So there we go. Rainy is going to play totally different to the summertime, etc. The pass that is made on the best situation and timing will generate a perfect trajectory, creating a satisfaction when a killer pass is made. There we go. So I think that, for me that means not so arcadey. That's what I would hope. You have to actually have your feet situated in a position where you want to pass it to be able to hit that pass. None of this being able to do a phenomenal pass on a dime when you're facing the wrong direction, which is what I hate. I think FIFA has that right, and we will compare the likes of the two games, but I think FIFA has it where if you aren't situated, if your feet aren't planted firmly on the floor, you're going to have a hard time laying it. And PES this year, it didn't feel that way, so good to see they are adding that in there as well. Now, goalkeeping, a massive addition. Something they've been working on more. Good. I think they know that was something that needed to be sorted out further. But basically, keepers see a great jump in quality through added motions and animations. Lovely. Creating the most agile keepers in PES history, which is good. Attacking moments will be more dramatic than ever, bringing the best feeling of achievement when that goal is scored. I'm hoping that means that one-on-ones, they're going to be good, to say the very least. But it's not so much the goalies and one-on-ones. It's also the finishing is too similar. Everyone scores the same goals, bottom corners. So I hope that is something they've also thought about and rectified. But having one-on-one goalies now being better, more high quality, they're going to have more motions, more animations. We can only wait and see what they've done to the goalies. I hope they really have sorted them out. Let's just say that much. Next I have total team control. Users can instantly change the attacking and defending mentality of the team, which can be tweaked and carefully controlled with simple controls, being able to immediately react to the unpredictability of the sport. So, that kind of sounds similar to just being able to change formations on the fly, to me, personally. They're just going to tweak it a little bit more. Users can instantly change the attacking and defending mentality. Yeah, it's something that's needed, I guess, but it's not a massive addition. They're just going to be moving forward with the times. Advanced instructions, strategies that are quite individually defined, such as tiki-taka and tight marking, which is strongly based on team ideology, can be set in advanced instructions, which adds a huge variety in how you plan to win. All this mumbo-jumbo, I really can't tell unless I play it. They're coming up with all these fancy words in here, and I've got to wait till I get my hands on it, play with the instructions, the tactics, to see what the game does. Honestly, them saying that to me means nothing. I don't even know what that really means. So let's move on to corner kick strategies, which we do know what that does. Control the defensive strategies on a set piece, such as marking zonal or man-to-man. Offensive options also included, such as specific player movement. So as you can see from this screenshot, all the players are lined up in sort of a vertical line, which obviously you can now do. You can create set pieces. Now, is it going to be similar to FIFA's, where you use the directional pad to make, back post runs, mark the goalie, etc.? Another way of waiting and seeing. But it's something that they probably needed to add. Corners are always the same otherwise. So now you're going to be able to make that. You're going to be able to man mark. You're going to be able to do zonal. So a nice addition. Adaptive AI. I think this is a pretty important one. For the first time in a football game, the AI will learn how you play. Player and team behavior has always been a staple of the PES series. And for PES 2017, adaptive AI will change sports games forever. Well, that's a big, bold statement to make. But what does that mean? Well, I did actually get something from Adam on Twitter. This is what he said. True game changer in the sports genre. Quick example, pass to a star player often. AI will double up on him. That's sort of what they're saying with this adaptive AI. So, interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Does that mean that in Master League, if you always pass to the likes of Ronaldo, that teams are going to start doubling up on him all the time? Or is it just sort of a one-match, one-off situation? We'll have to find out. But it's an interesting thing. Certainly AI is something they need to work on. So it's good to see that. So, authentic visuals up next for PES 2017. The visuals have seen a major upgrade, offering authentic visuals thanks to the further incorporation of Fox Engine. Nothing has been left untouched, from player models, lighting, crowds, pitch and stadiums totally revamped. Never has a game looked so real. Well, that's another bold statement. For them to say that they've totally revamped them, which I don't know if they have done, but I think the game is definitely going to look better. There's no doubt about that. We'll have a look at some screenshots in a minute. But good to see that they've, sorted out the lighting. Even the crowds are being sorted out. The pitch, where I think the pitch is sometimes a little bit not green enough for me, So good to see they've done that. And the final point of natural player movement. Hundreds of new animations have been added to bring the players and goalkeepers to life, but it doesn't stop there. New features such as real touch, precise pass see huge benefit, giving a vast array of movements when trapping and passing the ball. So as we expected, a bunch of new animations are coming. I said that before. They have to keep adding more animations, of course. Mocap and all that fun stuff is great for a football game, for any kind of sports game. Goalkeepers coming to life. So, this new real touch, precise pass. We'll see it in action. We will have to wait and see it in action to get a true feel for it. But there we have it. That is all of the new features. Let me know what you guys make in the comments. But let's have a quick look here at some of the screenshots. And what I've done is I have compared the two. So at the bottom, PES 2016, PES 2017. Now, these aren't identical, of course. I've tried to get sort of close-ish pictures. But the first thing you'll notice, I think, is how they look. Now, this is a night game at the bottom, probably a daytime match at the top. But I still think PES 2017, it just doesn't look as plasticky, doesn't look as arcadey. And a real look at that closely, if we have a look at the ball here in PES 2016, that ball, it looks alright, but it's not very three-dimensional. Very plain, very boring. And we have a look at the ball here in PES 2017. That looks, to me, a lot better, more realistic. It looks like a real football. Even if sort of you look at the boots of the players here, quite nicely done. Nicely into the turf. The turf looks great. You see the player models themselves in full detail with the legs, the muscles all popping out. I think the shirts have obviously got a higher resolution. We hope that. They should really be a higher res this year than they were last year. The player faces look fantastic. I mean, Koscielny there with a little bit of a grimmer on his face, and obviously, forgotten his name now. Tony Kroos, blimey, completely forgot him. Tony Kroos there having a look at the ball, but I mean, they look great, and if you look at that compared to last year's, that doesn't look great to me. PES 2016 and then PES 2017 certainly is a step up graphically. So moving on, we have a look at the next set of images they have. Now obviously these aren't the same, there is no way of getting completely similar pictures, but still, PES 2016, you look at it, it doesn't look anything special. It looks quite plasticky. I think that's what it does look like, especially with the shine that comes off them. They don't look great to me, but then you have a look at PES 2017 here, and that looks really nice, really nicely done. The grass looks great, the ball's looking very nice and shiny, three-dimensional. The player's feet firmly into the turf, as I said before. You know, and it's just pushing Özil off the ball. So I think definitely the player models, they look great. They look really, really well done. High fidelity, high quality. Looking forward to seeing what it looks like in game. And then the final image, this is really just to showcase sort of how the kits and jerseys look. Look at PES 2016. They look good, don't get me wrong. It's not like the PSG kit and the Monaco kit don't look decent. But I think that, you know, look at this French one here with Olivier Giroud. You've got the texture coming through, the Nike, the France logo badge. It looks good. It looks good. Even Olivier Giroud there with the beard. The beard looks like it's got a bit of an upgrade. The face, the textures. And also one thing that we noticed was a little bit of cold breath coming out of his mouth. You can see that with the rain coming down. Is that going to be added into the game or not? That's going to be quite a nice little touch if they do that, definitely. And then we move through to these two. I couldn't find any high quality images of these pictures. This is really from a set piece. We've got Hugo Lloris who's come up for a corner. Nothing really to show. I think they're just trying to showcase that you can now bring goalies up, maybe even before the end of a match. Who knows? And this picture just showcases the line, the players jostling it out before they whip in the corner. So obviously, corner set pieces now a new feature to the game. So there we have it, guys. That is all the information for PES 2017 that we have to date. Please do let me know in the comments below what you guys make of it. What do you make of real touch and precise pass? Is it something that sounds intriguing? What do you make of the goalies? Will they be that much better? You know, these total team control and advanced instructions we need to actually see furthermore to get impressions, but I think the rest of them are pretty self-explanatory. But we'll be back shortly. Leave a comment, leave a rating, leave a like, subscribe for more, but until next time, take care.